Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Chapter 11. Sir, what's the problem? Feeling that Xiao Chen was startled from behind, Cayenne suddenly asked uneasily. It's nothing, it's just that the blood of the sky-swallowing python in your body is too advanced. If you want to advance to the saint realm level, the resources you need to consume are no less than purchasing a saint weapon. Xiao Chen shook his head and could only tell the truth. What? After hearing Xiao Chen's answer, Cayenne was also shocked. You must know that saint weapon is basically a legendary thing among the 7 dynasties of the Eastern Wasteland. Even the damaged saint weapon, once it is born within the 7 dynasties of the Eastern Wasteland, will attract several dynasties to compete for it. Even a damaged holy sword 100 years ago was auctioned for a high price of 100 million spiritual crystals. With such a huge amount of wealth, even a dynasty force would have to work hard to get it out. And even if the snake tribe uses up all their stocks, they may not be able to produce 100 million spiritual crystals. I never imagined that it would be so difficult to break through Saint Realm. When the thought fell, Cayenne looked gloomy. Unable to break through to the Saint Realm level, the snake tribe can only huddle in the endless desert and survive under the attack of the 2 dynasties. After all, in the Sirius dynasty and the Great Cayenne dynasty, it is said that there is an immortal Saint Realm. If the snake people want to get out of the endless desert, they must have a strong saint realm. Don't lose heart. We don't have enough resources now, but resources are there if we try to collect them. As long as you give me some time, I can definitely help you break through. Seeing that Cayenne looked a little depressed, Xiao Chen smiled lightly and helped her. Of course, this is not a draw, he is really capable. It just takes time. But before that, I will get you a transformation elixir to facilitate your activities in the human dynasty. After a pause, Xiao Chen suddenly said. Now that he has so many points, he can help Cayenne hide his identity. Young master, do you still have this kind of rare elixir? Cayenne looked startled when she heard this, and immediately raised her head in surprise. Transformation elixir. This is rank 8 elixir. Even a heavenly rank alchemy master may not be able to successfully refine it. The most important thing is that the main ingredient for refining this medicine is the transformation grass, which is an extremely rare heavenly rank spirit medicine. Therefore, among the 7 dynasties of the Eastern Wasteland, the transformation pill is also hard to come by. It's not the shape-changing pill you imagined. It can only temporarily change the body shape. Once 3 months have passed, if you don't continue to take it, it will return to its original state. Furthermore, each person can only take it 3 times in a lifetime. After 3 times, drug resistance will develop, and it will have no effect even if it is taken again. Seeing Cayenne's surprised expression, Xiao Chen immediately started to explain. This kind of simple version of the transformation pill only costs 5,000 points in the system mall, which is what he can currently afford. After all, the real transformation pill is a sky-high price pill, and it requires at least hundreds of thousands of points to redeem it. It would be better to give Cayenne a simplified version of the transformation pill first, and then help the opponent break through to Saint Realm when enough resources are collected. At that time, the colorful smoke can actually turn into a human form. The modern version of Queen Medusa looks very nice. And after he uses the system to upgrade his bloodline, that invisible contract will make the other party loyal until death. By then, this Queen Medusa of the snake tribe will undoubtedly be his woman. There is such a pill. Cayenne's face suddenly became happy when she heard this. If she could change her own form, she will be able to appear openly and can better protect Xiao Chen. When Xiao Chen heard this, he didn't continue to talk nonsense. He spent 5,000 points on his backhand and redeemed one on the spot. This is the elixir I'm talking about. You can transform into another after taking it. As he spoke, Xiao Chen seemed to have thought of something and added a few words warmly. Although this elixir has no side effects, it will be quite painful when taking the form. But with your celestial human realm's perseverance, you should be able to overcome this pain. After saying that, Xiao Chen handed the elixir to Cayenne and motioned for her to take it and try the effect. Thank you, sir. Cayenne didn't doubt whether it was a poisonous elixir, so she took the elixir from Xiao Chen's hand. However, after hearing Xiao Chen say that the process of taking it would be a bit painful, Cayenne did not take the elixir immediately. Although she was confident that she could endure the pain, she was still afraid of making a fool of herself in front of Xiao Chen. I was too embarrassed to transform into a snake tail in front of Xiao Chen, so I walked into the wing after explaining. This made Xiao Chen feel a little depressed. I thought I could witness Cayenne's snake tail transforming into beautiful legs, but I didn't expect that this Medusa queen could be shy sometimes. In all kinds of boredom, Xiao Chen sat cross-legged on the grass in the inner courtyard and opened the character attribute panel. Host: Xiao Chen. Physique: innate Tao body. Cultivation: third level of spiritual aperture. Kung Fu: the technique of creating the universe. Divine ability: heavenly demon shadowless step, coiling dragon fist, Bawang Jin, diamond Kung Fu. Points: 12,816. There are more than 12,000 points left, so let's keep them as backup for now. Looking at the attribute panel of the introduction, Xiao Chen's brows raised slightly. Unexpectedly, after integrating the resources of several senior members of the Xiao family, this was all he had left. However, it can make the Xiao family's overall strength stronger and allow Queen Medusa to transform into a human form. His safety will be more guaranteed, and all the effort will be worth it. And as the Xiao family collects resources for him, his points should skyrocket. Xiao Zhan, you dare to imprison the elders of our two families. I think your Xiao family doesn't want to be around anymore, right? Just when Xiao Chen's thoughts started to change. As a voice echoed in the Xiao family, the front door of the Xiao family was blown up on the spot. Even if Xiao Chen was in the inner courtyard of the Xiao family, he still felt this kind of movement. Sure enough, they came to your door. Xiao Chen raised his head in surprise and looked towards the front yard, his eyes flashing with cold light. Next, it's time to harvest. After murmuring in a solemn voice, Xiao Chen glanced at the side room behind him and walked directly to the front yard of the Xiao family. Xiao's front yard. Wang Long, the head of the Wang family, and Lin Ming, the head of the Lin family, led the elders and deacons of their respective families. As if entering a deserted place, he broke into the front yard of Xiao's house. The Xiao family guards who dared to stop him along the way were all thrown away by the arrogance of a few people. When Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others arrived, the Xiao family's front yard was already in a mess. Wang Long, Lin Ming, you two don't know how to live or die, I'm afraid you will be blamed here. Xiao Zhan glanced at everyone with a cold gaze, and his voice echoed in the courtyard. Ha ha ha, here's the explanation. Just your Xiao family. After hearing Xiao Zhan's words, Wang Long laughed wildly at this time. The momentum of the 9th level Xuanden realm also exploded, staring at Xiao Zhan and others aggressively. Our two major families, thinking of the fact that they are both Luyun city clans, sent two elders to negotiate with you. We wanted to give you Xiao family some help. I didn't expect that you, the Xiao family, are so ambitious that you dare to touch the elders of the two families, and even plan to destroy our two families. Since it was your Xiao family who was unkind in the first place, don't blame the two of us for being unjust. Chapter 12. Listening to your tone. Do you want to destroy our Xiao family? Xiao Zhan narrowed his eyes slightly when he heard this. Without any fear in his expression, he just asked casually. Before today, facing the oppression of the two major families, the Xiao family would really have been unable to resist. But now the Xiao family is no longer what it used to be. If you want to step on the Xiao family's head and run wild, these two families are not qualified enough. Haha, we gave you the Xiao family a chance, but you didn't know how to cherish it. Wang Long sneered when he heard this, but did not deny the intention. Don't talk nonsense to him, things will change if you wait too long. Seeing that Wang Long was still talking nonsense to Xiao Zhan, Lin Ming shouted impatiently. Hurry up and hand over Wang Zhan and Lin Hai, depose your cultivation base and kneel down to apologize, and transfer the city to us. Otherwise, from today on, there will be no Xiao family in Luyun City. As the words echoed in the courtyard, Lin Ming took a step at this moment, and his cultivation aura exploded. Behind him, the elders and deacons of the Lin family also burst out with cultivation auras, staring at the Xiao family like jackals. It seems that as long as Lin Ming gives the order, the Xiao family will become a hell on earth. Ha ha ha, let Luyun City no longer have the Xiao family. Then let's see, who killed whom. After hearing Lin Ming's arrogant words, Xiao Zhan's anger completely exploded. Along with a lion's roar, a grotto heaven appeared behind Xiao Zhan. The terrifying momentum of the grotto heaven realm swept across like a storm. Xiao Zhan was like a divine king, slowly floating from the ground surrounded by golden flames. Xiao Mingyi, Xiao Dalong and others also sneered and burst into cultivation. It directly crushed the momentum of Lin Ming and others to the point of destruction in an instant. This is the grotto heaven realm. Seeing Xiao Zhan standing in the sky, a grotto heaven appeared behind him. Wang Long, Lin Ming and others immediately shouted with distorted faces, as if they had seen a ghost. Impossible. Weren't you injured by Elder Tai Sword Sect? How could you break through to the grotto heaven realm before us? Based on the information they received, Xiao Zhan was indeed defeated in Tai Sword Sect, and was slapped away by the elder of Tai Sword Sect. If it weren't for Tai Sword Sect's shame and the reputation of being cruel and unkind, Xiao Zhan might not even be able to come back alive. But now, the other party didn't look injured, or even made a sudden breakthrough in cultivation. Humph, who are you two? I, Xiao, have to tell you that I can't make a breakthrough. Seeing that the two people who were in the same realm as him in the past were now frightened by his aura, their faces turned green. Xiao Zhan immediately snorted coldly and then issued the order. Kill them. If you dare to offend our Xiao family, please stay. When the words fell, Xiao Zhan burst into cultivation crazily, raised his hands and suppressed the two of them. Brother Xiao, this is all a misunderstanding. It was all caused by Lin Ming deceiving me. Our Wang family has absolutely no ill intentions. Looking at the phantom of the crazy lion burning with monstrous fireworks, his body trembled instinctively in the crisis of life and death. Wang Long was begging for mercy in a hurried voice as his cultivation went crazy. Every time your cultivation level breaks through a major realm, your strength will be completely different. Without any exaggeration, a strong man in the first level of Grotto Heaven can easily kill several strong men in the 9th level of Xuandan. And Xiao Zhan not only broke through to the Grotto Heaven realm, but his aura was as thick as a mountain. It didn't look like he had just broken through to the Grotto Heaven realm. It is very likely that he has broken through to the 2nd level of Grotto Heaven. This kind of strength can completely kill them. If you beg for mercy at this time, you might still be able to save your life. Wang Long, what the hell, you're the one who seduced me. Hearing that Wang Long framed him in this way, Lin Ming angrily shouted in desperation. Although the two people had obvious differences in their language, they had almost the same physical reaction. After punching Xiao Zhan during the burst of cultivation, his figures retreated towards the outside of Xiao's house in an instant. If they could escape from the Xiao family, they would still have a chance to survive. Humanity is so ugly. Seeing Wang Long and Lin Ming throwing dirty water at each other in order to save their lives, Xiao Zhan sneered and started to cultivate even more crazily. The phantom of the mad lion he displayed directly exploded the fist shadows of the two of them in the next moment. The lion's claws, burning with flames, struck the two of them. Immediately, Wang Long and Lin Ming spurted blood, and their bodies were bombarded on the courtyard floor like cannonballs. Just a meeting. His opponents who were once inseparable from each other were now easily beaten to the point of vomiting blood by him. This is the absolute suppression brought about by a realm breakthrough. Xiao Mingyi, Xiao Dalong and others also rushed towards the other elders and deacons while grinning. In the case of suppressing the opponent in the realm of cultivation, even if the number of people is slightly smaller than the opponent, they will still crush the opponent with overwhelming force. Maybe it won't be long before all the strong men from Wang Lin's family will have to go to hell to repent. Is the battle almost over? As soon as Xiao Chen walked into the front yard of Xiao's house, he saw a mess all over the ground, and two people were lying not far in front. He kept vomiting blood at his mouth and even had pieces of internal organs. This scene made him couldn't help but raise his eyebrows. Unexpectedly, upgrading the talents of my father and family elders could indirectly save a family from being wiped out. Is this how one person achieves enlightenment and ascends to heaven? It feels so much better. Xiao. The Xiao family's child. When Xiao Chen walked into the front yard of Xiao's house, Wang Long, who was lying on the ground coughing up blood, saw a gleam of coldness in his eyes. The body that was originally severely injured sat up in shock as if dying of illness, and immediately pounced on Xiao Chen. Chen'er, be careful. Seeing Wang Long rushing towards Xiao Chen, probably trying to take him hostage, Xiao Zhan immediately yelled. At this time, the figure also turned into an afterimage, and immediately flew towards the two of them. You actually came to attack me. Seeing Wang Long rushing towards him in a frantic manner, Xiao Chen's face suddenly turned cold, and his cultivation subconsciously exploded. The figure swayed slightly like an afterimage, avoiding the palm very skillfully. Immediately afterwards, when Wang Long grasped the empty space with his big hands, his expression was a little stunned. There was a cold light in Xiao Chen's eyes, and he punched the opponent on the spot. Heavenly Demon Shadowless Step. Ba Wang Jin. Under the explosion of these two divine abilities, Wang Long's figure immediately rolled back and flew away, and the blood from his mouth spurted out again. If this guy wasn't injured, he might have turned around and run away. But she still dared to provoke him even though she was seriously injured. She was like an old sister-in-law who wanted to lick her anus, looking for death. The third level of spiritual aperture. Seeing Wang Long being knocked away by Xiao Chen's punch, and feeling Xiao Chen's cultivation aura, Xiao Zhan couldn't help but froze, with shock and confusion on his face. Xiao Chen had been hiding his cultivation aura before. They only knew that the other party's injuries had recovered, and thought that his cultivation was still at the third level of Kaiyuan. Unexpectedly, the other party's current cultivation level has soared to a great level. At the age of 18, he has reached the third level of spiritual aperture. Even the core disciples trained by Tai Sword sect cannot achieve such a level at this age. The Xiao family, a real dragon is about to appear. Haha, I didn't expect that something would happen to the Xiao family. It seems that I really came to the right place this time. Just when Xiao Zhan was feeling emotional, an old voice sounded coldly. While everyone below was still fighting, a figure appeared in the sky above the Xiao family, and a huge grotto heaven rose behind him. A far more terrifying pressure than Xiao Zhan. It collapsed like a mountain, causing the expressions of Xiao Zhan and others below to change drastically. Chapter 13. Grotto Heaven Realm Strong Man. Looking at the old man in gray clothes appearing in the sky, Xiao Zhan's expression became extremely solemn. Both are strong men in the Grotto Heaven realm. He felt a strong crisis in the opponent, which also proved that the opponent's cultivation level was stronger than his, and he was probably a strong person in the middle stage of Grotto Heaven realm or above. Who are you, Your Excellency? And what do you want? When the thoughts in his mind fell, Xiao Zhan raised his head and shouted in a low voice. Xiao Chen raised his head slightly when he saw this, but his expression remained unchanged. A mere Grotto Heaven realm strongman. If they are here to die, then stay with them. My name is Lin Shang'an. The old man in gray sneered when he heard this and slowly announced his name. That kind of contempt for all living beings, like a lofty king, can destroy the Xiao family at any time. Lin Shang'an. After hearing this name, Xiao Zhan's pupils shrank sharply, as if he was thinking of something, and his voice changed at this time. You, could it be possible that you are the supreme elder of the Lin family in Tiandu City? After having a grudge against the Lin family in Tiandu City, the Xiao family also investigated the other party. And he knew that there were 3 supreme elders in the Lin family, each of whom was a powerful Grotto Heaven realm expert. Lin Shang'an is one of them. His cultivation has reached the 5th level of Grotto Heaven, and he is also Lin Feng's great-grandfather. Hey, it's me. Seeing that everyone in the Xiao family was startled, Lin Shang'an smiled solemnly at this time. I've always done everything right. Since your Xiao family has offended my good grandson, you should disappear neatly from this world. I didn't expect that my incompetent son just ordered you to pay millions of spiritual crystals in compensation. This is simply feeding a tiger into trouble, it's so stupid. Speaking of this, Lin Shang'an couldn't help but admire his caution. Fortunately, he left the customs in person and secretly came to Luyun City. Otherwise, we would not have known that the Xiao family would turn around. The head of the family, Xiao Zhan, suddenly broke through to the Grotto Heaven realm, and the family's strength was stronger than the intelligence revealed. If the Xiao family is really allowed to move and hide somewhere, they will develop. Maybe if we wait another 100 years, the Lin family will be in disaster. It's a pity. The Lin family has a stable elder like him, and the Xiao family will no longer be a threat from today on. Elder Lin, hurry up and destroy the Xiao family. When our two major families learned that the Xiao family had offended the Lin family in Tiandu City, we originally wanted to come over and express our disgust for the noble master, but we didn't expect that the top brass of the Xiao family actually broke through. Their cultivation levels were the same as ours 2 days ago, but in just 2 days they all broke through together. There must be something fishy in this. After Lin Shanggan finished speaking, Wang Long and Lin Ming, who were originally seriously injured and lying on the ground, raised their heads and yelled hysterically. And that kid. He is the one who had a grudge with Mr. Lin, but now he has fully recovered from his injuries, and his cultivation has broken through to the third level of spiritual orifice. The Xiao family must have some big secret. As their words echoed in the Xiao family, the expressions of Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others changed drastically. Lin Shanggan's eyes were locked directly on Xiao Chen, with a look of disbelief on his face. Before coming to the Xiao family in Luyun City, he had fully understood the whole incident, and also knew that Xiao Chen had his dantian disabled and severely injured by his grandson. But within 2 days, the other party not only fully recovered from his injuries, but his cultivation level suddenly soared. How could there have been such a heaven-defying transformation without the great opportunity? This child cannot be kept. When his eyes fell on Xiao Chen, Lin Shanggan's eyes showed a horrified and fierce light. The burst of cultivation turned into an afterimage and pounced on Xiao Chen like an eagle. An 18-year-old spiritual aperture monk. If he was given more time to grow, wouldn't he be able to easily break through to the Nirvana realm? If this son does not die, the Lin family will be destroyed. Old ghost, if you want to touch my son, you must get through me first. Seeing Lin Shanggan rushing towards Xiao Chen, Xiao Zhan burst into cultivation with a roar, and his body turned into an afterimage and rushed towards him. Roll! Lin Shanggan roared angrily when he saw this, and a green Luan emerged from grotto heaven behind him, and a terrifying storm immediately swept across the world. In the cry of Qingluan, wind blades fell one after another. In an instant, it was like a downpour, attacking the Xiao family below indiscriminately. The angry lion. Facing Lin Shanggan's terrifying divine ability attack, Xiao Zhan also displayed his strongest divine ability martial arts. The phantom of the mad lion roared towards the Qingluan in the sky of fireworks. Boom! The next moment, as the divine ability of the two grotto heaven realm powerhouses collided, a deafening roar resounded throughout half of Luyun City. After City Lord Lu Tianan noticed this movement, his figure immediately rose into the sky from the City Lord's mansion. There are many cultivators in Luyun City. They all looked at the Xiao family with horrified eyes, obviously frightened by the movement. After all, Lin Shanggan is a veteran of the Grotto Heaven realm, and his cultivation level is a full third level higher than Xiao Zhan. With all your strength, Xiao Zhan's divine ability could only last for less than 3 breaths before it was completely exploded by Lin Shanggan's Qingluan. The terrifying impact caused Xiao Zhan to spurt out a mouthful of blood, and he couldn't help but fly backwards into the distance. Lin Shanggan took advantage of this opportunity and shot towards Xiao Chen again. Wind blades came from all directions, blocking Xiao Chen's escape route in an instant, and could kill Xiao Chen completely in the next moment. This scene made the eyes of everyone in the Xiao family burst into tears, and each one of them rushed towards Xiao Chen crazily. However, only the person involved looked calm and looked at Lin Shanggan with disdain. Because at this moment, an extremely terrifying energy erupted from the inner courtyard of the Xiao family, and the murderous intent seemed to freeze the entire world in an instant. Old guy. Are you looking for death? As the sounds of these words echoed, it was as if an invisible big hand grabbed Lin Shanggan in an instant. Let him freeze in midair, fixed 2 feet away from Xiao Chen. And next to Xiao Chen, Cayenne's alluring figure appeared like a ghost. The black hair on his head was dancing wildly in the wind, and red flames surrounded his body. And what's different from before is that the lower body that was supposed to be the snake's tail has now turned into white legs. The slender feet stood in the sky, exuding a faint fluorescence. It is enough to make most women in the world jealous and crazy, and it can also make countless men in the world obsessed with her. The unparalleled beauty of Medusa, she looks so beautiful like this. Tong. Universal Truth Realm Strong Man. Different from the shock of Xiao Zhan and others, Lin Shanggan was shocked when he saw Cayenne. There was no amazement in his eyes at all, but instead they were filled with endless fear. because with the appearance of Cayenne, the space around him seemed to solidify, making him unable to move. In this horrifying situation, only the strong ones above the universal truth realm can communicate what the power of heaven and earth is doing. I didn't expect that the woman in front of me was so terrifying. And, go to hell. Cayenne completely ignored Lin Shanggen's fear. When the other party felt that his soul was dying, she raised her right hand and shook it in vain. A terrifying power of heaven and earth also erupted, and Lin Shanggen was submerged in red flames. There was only an extremely shrill scream, like the soul sound of hell, that curled up in response. Such a terrifying scene immediately plunged the entire Xiao family into deathly silence. Chapter 14. Dead, dead. Seeing Lin Shanggen, who was so arrogant just now his whole person was completely reduced to a ball of ashes. Whether it was Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others, or Wang Long, Lin Ming and others, they were all dumbfounded at this moment. His pupils were constantly trembling, as if he had seen something terrible, and his body was trembling slightly. Lin Shanggen. The existence that could kill them all was now being killed like ants. How shocking this scene was to their souls. As expected of Queen Medusa, this kind of strength is too terrifying. Looking at Queen Medusa floating next to Xiao Chen, Xiao Zhan couldn't help but murmured in shock. With such a person by Xiao Chen's side, he doesn't have to worry about the other person's safety. However, Medusa's snake tail turned into 2 legs. Could it be that the other party's cultivation level has reached Saint Realm? Thinking of the records about the snake people in ancient books, Xiao Zhan's body trembled again and his eyes flickered. I wiped it, and in the blink of an eye it was all gone, not even a hair was left. When the entire Xiao family fell into deathly silence, Xiao Chen only came back to his senses at this time. Seeing that Lin Shanggen was dead and there was nothing left of him, he suddenly felt as if he had lost something, and there was a look of grief on his face. This is a strong man from Grotto Heaven Realm. Calculated, this guy is equivalent to a rank 5 monster, and his body should be worth a lot of points after death. To die like this now without even being a scumbag is simply erasing the value of his life. It's all because he was fascinated by Cayenne's legs just now. He was so distracted that he couldn't stop Cayenne in time. It's such a waste of natural resources. Sir, what happened? Seeing Xiao Chen suddenly let out a cry of sorrow, Cayenne thought something serious had happened, and quickly turned her head to look at Xiao Chen and asked. It's nothing, I just feel that this guy died so tragically that not even a hair was left behind after his death. After hearing Cayenne's question, Xiao Chen coughed dryly. The dead are great. In the future, you still have to show some respect to them when you kill people. It's best to leave them a whole body so that I can save them. Oh Nidofu, Wuliang that heavenly venerable, remember that next time. After saying that, Xiao Chen showed a look of compassion, which made Cayenne couldn't help but be stunned for a moment. Young master wants to recycle their bodies, right? Recalling that Xiao Chen could recycle items before, Cayenne asked with some sincerity. Ahem, you straight girl. Xiao Chen suddenly coughed twice to cover up his embarrassment after Cayenne revealed his thoughts. Cayenne didn't know what straight girl meant, and thought Xiao Chen was praising her for being smart. The corners of his mouth couldn't help but curve, and then he looked at the others. These ants. Are all their corpses left intact? As these words fell indifferently, Wang Long and Lin Ming's faces turned green, and each of them collapsed on the ground frightened by the colorful smoke. Your Excellency, please spare my life. We are willing to surrender to the Xiao family, and we hope that you will spare our lives. With the desire to survive erupting, Wang Long and others begged frantically, completely losing their prestige. The eyes of everyone in the Xiao family also fell on Xiao Chen, and they did not suggest anything. Obviously, the power of life and death was given to Xiao Chen to decide on his own. Well, let's keep the whole body intact. After all, life is not easy, so when you die, you should be more considerate. Hearing this, Xiao Chen glanced at Wang Long and others, and ordered with an unusually indifferent voice, without any sympathy on his face. If he hadn't transmigrated here today, he would have cheated and picked up Queen Medusa. I'm afraid that the entire Xiao family will be reduced to ruins, so the group of people in front of them will die without mercy. No, martial artists are prohibited from fighting in Luyun City. If you kill us, the city lord's palace will definitely punish you. After Xiao Chen finished speaking, Wang Long, Lin Ming and others roared in terror and even moved out of the city lord's mansion in an attempt to save their lives. They never thought that they would be sanctioned by the city lord's government if they tried to destroy the Xiao family. In this begging for mercy, Cayenne raised her hand slightly. A ball of red fire containing terrifying energy also burned in her hand. Next moment, the colorful smoke crushed the fireball, and countless sparks spattered out wildly, turning into pythons in an instant. He roared and rushed towards everyone. Stop! Fighting is prohibited in Luyun City. Do you want to rebel? Almost as soon as the fire snakes jumped out, a voice exploded like thunder. The city lord Lu Tianan also descended on the Xiao family's void with overwhelming anger. City lord, the Xiao family not only killed our elders, but now they also want to destroy us. Seeing Lu Tianan rushing to Xiao's house, Lin Ming and others were like drowning people, grabbing the last life-saving rope and shouting hysterically at each other. Puff puff. But before Lin Ming could finish his words, the fiery snakes were like life-threatening chains, piercing through the members of both Wang and Lin families in just a few moments. The words of Lin Ming and others stopped suddenly, and their bodies fell stiffly to the ground. A group of powerful men in the revolving core realm, as well as many monks in the spiritual aperture realm, were all killed on the spot at this moment. Such a horrifying scene made Lu Tianan stunned. Someone actually dared to kill all the top leaders of Wang and Lin's family in front of him, the city lord. Did he, the city lord, take him seriously? Is this, killed too? Just when Lu Tianan was filled with anger and was about to ask why the Xiao family was like this, a cold voice echoed. A terrifying murderous intention was locked on him, making the hairs on his body stand up in trembling. This moment, Lu Tianan's figure froze directly in the void, as if he had fallen into an abyss. It seems that if he dares to make any strange move, he will definitely end up with a corpse. He is the lord of Luyun City and is not an enemy of the Xiao family. Xiao Chen smiled bitterly when he heard this, then waved his hand and said, "This woman is really murderous." Lu Tianan will rush over. He must have noticed Cayenne's aura, and killing him will only cause a lot of trouble. After all, Lu Tianan was a city lord, and his death would alarm the imperial power. Now that Cayenne is no longer in the form of a snake, there is no need to cause more trouble. After Xiao Chen finished speaking, Cayenne dissipated her energy. What a scary woman. This is definitely a strong man above the universal truth realm. He can immobilize me with just his chi machine. Feeling that the surrounding space returned to normal, Lu Tianan's whole body was soaked in cold sweat. Unexpectedly, after he became the lord of Luyun City, this was the first time he would be so close to death. Who is this woman, and why does she obey the Xiao family's orders? City Lord Lu, the Wang and Lin families took advantage of the crisis and tried to join forces to destroy the Xiao family. Fortunately, my Xiao family has noble people to help me, so I managed to kill the two major families, and they all deserved their death. You have no objection to this, right? When Lu Tianan was shocked and confused, Xiao Chen raised his head and said indifferently. Cayenne also locked her eyes on Lu Tianan, causing the hairs all over Lu Tianan's body to tremble and explode. No, the Wang Lin family blatantly violated the regulations of the city lord's palace and led people into the Xiao family without authorization in an attempt to bring harm to other families. Now they are destroyed by the Xiao family. It's all their own fault. Feeling that the life and death crisis was coming again, Lu Tianan said quickly without thinking. Does he dare to have an opinion? If he dared to say no, he would probably have to lie down the next moment. Since the city lord is so sensible, we, the Xiao family, can't disobey him. Xiao Chen smiled lightly when he heard this, with a hint of seriousness at the corner of his mouth, and looked at Xiao Mingyi and others. Elders, since City Lord Lu also feels that the two Wang and Lin families deserve to die, I would like to ask you to lead a trip to completely eliminate the two Wang and Lin families. In addition, I would like you to lead people to inspect the markets and properties of the two families. If anyone dares to stop him, I will let my senior sister take action. Chapter 15. Hiss. After hearing what Xiao Chen said with an expressionless expression, Lu Tianan couldn't help but take a deep breath. The blood pressure in the body increased rapidly at this time, and Xiao Chen almost yelled in anger. What he meant by what he just said. It was said that the Wang Lin family's intruders would not be spared the death of their invaders, but it did not say that the Xiao family would destroy the Wang Lin family and also take away other people's wealth and businesses. This little devil of the Xiao family actually hit the snake with ease, and he didn't even take him as the city lord seriously. Don't be angry and be angry. Now even if Lu Tianan was given 10 courages, he would not dare to refute Xiao Chen. Xiao Zhan, Xiao Mingyi and others all looked excited. In the past, the Xiao family was trembling with fear during the civil war in Luyun City, but from now on they can finally feel proud. And all this is thanks to Xiao Chen. City Master Lu, my Xiao family suddenly encountered misfortune today, and I have no intention of entertaining City Master Lu. Please don't take it to heart. Seeing Lu Tianan's depressed and ugly expression, Xiao Chen paused and said with a faint smile. There was no concern at all whether Lu Tianan would go berserk on the spot. Although the city lord's mansion had helped the Xiao family in the past, it was all to check and balance the two major families of Wang and Lin. Now, for the sake of this face, he had done his best to let Cayenne not do anything to her. As for leaving the other party to chat, that's not necessary. Lu Tianan looked very ugly when he heard this, and knew that Xiao Chen was about to see off guests. However, he did not dare to say anything more and could only leave the Xiao family with an aggrieved look. If nothing unexpected happens, from now on, the Xiao family will dominate Luyun City. Unless the great Qian dynasty is willing to send people to sit in the city lord's palace, how can a small city in Guangzhou be qualified for the royal family to send people? So from now on, even the city lord's mansion will have to act based on the Xiao family's expression. And Xiao Mingyi and others didn't talk nonsense. Deng even took many strong men from the Xiao family and rushed to the two major families without stopping. A bloody storm will take place in Luyun City, but this kind of thing is too common in this world. This time we can have a great harvest. After Lu Tianan left, looking at Wang Long and others lying dead on the ground, Xiao Chen had an excited look on his face. By destroying the two major families in Luyun City, a lot of resources should be obtained. Chen'er, it's thanks to you this time that the Xiao family was able to survive. Xiao Zhan came to Xiao Chen's side, holding his chest, and said with emotion and joy. If it weren't for Xiao Chen's incredible luck and the recognition of a mysterious and powerful man, the Xiao family would be in ruins today. It is even more impossible for people like them to survive standing here. However, today we killed the supreme elder of the Lin family in Tiandu City. I'm afraid the Xiao family will still have more troubles in the future. Before that, we must discuss countermeasures. After sighing with emotion, Xiao Zhan frowned and said worriedly. A supreme elder of the Lin family in Tiandu City died. In the past few days, it was discovered that Lin Shang'an was missing. Then he found out that the Xiao family had destroyed the Wang and Lin families. You must be reminded of something. Although with the help of Queen Medusa, the Xiao family is not afraid of the Lin family in Tiandu City, but behind the Lin family is Tai Sword sect. This is the top sect in the Guangzhou region. Looking at the great Qian dynasty, it is not a weak force. There are strong men from the universal truth realm in the sect. Once the Xiao family gets into trouble with the Tai Sword sect, I'm afraid the matter will get bigger and bigger, and the Xiao family's living environment will become even more difficult. After all, Queen Medusa cannot stay in the Xiao family all the time because of her sensitive status. Therefore, they must come up with a foolproof strategy to ensure that nothing happens to the Xiao family. No need to worry. Next, I will find ways to enhance the Xiao family's heritage, and also completely cover up Cayenne's aura. Hearing Xiao Zhan's words, Xiao Chen smiled lightly. Although Cayenne's legs have now transformed into a human form, her appearance is no different from that of a human being. But because of the different blood vessels in the body, the breath is still a little different. Some strong men who have dealt with the snake people may be able to detect this subtle difference. Therefore, this is still a flaw in Cayenne. Obviously Xiao Zhan had also thought of this, so he seemed very worried at this time. Ha ha ha, since you are so confident, then you will feel relieved as a father. Hearing Xiao Chen's two words, Xiao Zhan's whole body was suddenly shaken and he immediately started laughing. With so many things happening suddenly today, he now has blind confidence in Xiao Chen. It seems that as long as the other party is confident, nothing will happen. When Cayenne heard this, Her eyes showed surprise, and she was obviously curious about what method the other party would use to cover up the special snake man aura on her body. By the way, your senior sister suddenly transformed into legs. Could it be that your cultivation level has reached Saint Realm? After laughing loudly, Xiao Zhan seemed to have thought of something and quickly pulled Xiao Chen and asked in a low voice. But it seemed impossible. There was no movement just now, which made him a little confused. Senior sister just took a special elixir to temporarily transform her body into a human form. Her cultivation level has not reached the Saint Realm. Xiao Chen smiled helplessly after hearing this. If Cayenne really breaks through to the Saint Realm, the movement will be enough to alarm tens of thousands of miles around. How can the Xiao family still be so stable? Yes, Saint Realm is so easy to break through. Xiao Zhan was slightly startled when he heard this, and then a strange color flashed in his eyes, and he pulled Xiao Chen and warned him quietly. You brat, after your senior sister transformed into a human form, you can be considered a rare beauty in the world. If your heart is tempted, kid, you must seize the opportunity. Cayenne seemed to obey Xiao Chen's advice and help the Xiao family twice today. Therefore, Xiao Zhan also has a great affection for Cayenne. If the other party can be turned into a daughter-in-law, the Xiao family can firmly hold this thigh. After all, this is Queen Medusa, the one who is expected to become the Saint Realm. If you can truly become a member of the Xiao family in the future, the entire Xiao family will be prosperous because of it. Can such a Queen Medusa not be moved? Well, hearing Xiao Zhan's words, Xiao Chen was startled and looked at Cayenne. The other party seemed to have heard Xiao Zhan's words, and his originally cold face turned red for the first time. But after looking at Xiao Chen, his eyes averted slightly, and then he turned his head as if nothing had happened. Pretending not to overhear the conversation between the two. It seems that your senior sister is very fond of you. Otherwise, she wouldn't be so protective of you. The Xiao family is not a pedantic family, even if the other party is from the Snake clan. But as long as you like it, we have no objection. Seeing Xiao Chen and Cayenne looking at each other, Xiao Zhan began to persuade with a fatherly expression. This made Xiao Chen a little embarrassed. Although he had already decided in his heart to capture Cayenne, the queen of Medusa, he was still a little depressed when Xiao Zhan opened his mouth to point it out. After this little episode, with the help of everyone in the Xiao family, Xiao Chen successfully rescued the bodies of Wang Long and others, and even seized a large amount of resources. This allowed Xiao Chen's points to break through the 70,000 mark on the spot. They even found several good Earth rank items from Lin Xiong'an's space ring, which can be used to enhance the Xiao family's heritage. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Chapter 16. This time I can try the synthesis function. Inside the wing. Looking at the many materials placed in front of him, Xiao Chen had a look of anticipation on his face. Many of the materials obtained this time were related to formations. For example, there are broken array disks, damaged array diagrams, and some array base materials. Several of them have reached the Earth rank level, and there are more than a dozen profound rank materials, but Xiao Chen has not exchanged these for points. After all, he still has a chance to synthesize it for free. If he can synthesize these materials into treasures, the Xiao family's foundation will also skyrocket. When the idea came to mind, Xiao Chen did not hesitate and immediately chose the integrated union material. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully completing the integrated union material and obtaining the Earth rank Supreme Grade Formation, Senluo Blood Prison Formation. As the system prompt sounds. In a flash of bright light, all the materials disappeared, leaving only a blood-red array disc. Young Master actually has such a method. Cayenne, who was also in the wing, was shocked when she saw this scene. Although she has seen some weapon refiners refine weapons, she can also refine many materials into a treasure. But it was the first time in her life that Xiao Chen could integrate all the incomplete things with a wave of his hand. Even a saint rank weapon refiner cannot do this kind of method that can transform decay into magic. But Mr. Xiao did it. Could it be that he is the reincarnation of a supreme grade emperor? It actually synthesized the Earth rank Supreme Grade Array Disc. It seems that the synthesis function is quite abnormal. While Cayenne was shocked and guessing, Xiao Chen looked at the bloody array disc with a look of amazement on his face. An intact Earth rank Supreme Grade Formation disc can be worth hundreds of thousands of spiritual crystals at least. If there is enough power support, it can even obliterate Nirvana realm experts. But such a valuable treasure is composed of many wastes. If this were to be known to outsiders, it would probably attract countless people to covet him. But Earth rank is not enough. Maybe you can try upgrading. As the thoughts in his mind turned, Xiao Chen immediately made a decision. Ding. Will the host consume 30,000 points to upgrade the Senluo Blood Prison Formation from Earth rank Supreme Grade to Heavenly rank Supreme Grade? As if sensing Xiao Chen's thoughts, the system also asked at this time. Do I need 30,000 points to upgrade? After hearing the system prompt, Xiao Chen's eyes flickered slightly. A perfect Supreme Grade Heavenly rank item requires at least hundreds of thousands of points to be redeemed by the system. But if you spend 30,000 points to upgrade, you can get a Supreme Grade Heavenly rank array disc, which is definitely a huge profit for Xiao Chen. Upgrade. The next moment, Xiao Chen didn't hesitate at all and immediately chose to upgrade the array. Ding. The system has deducted 30,000 points and is upgrading the array disc for the host. As the system prompts fell, a burst of dazzling white light burst out, immediately covering the Senluo Blood Prison Formation. Immediately afterwards, under the gazes of Xiao Chen and Cayenne, the Senluo Blood Prison array shook violently. An even more terrifying formation aura suddenly erupted from the formation plate into the sky, and the entire Xiao family was violently shaken. The hairs on Cayenne's body stood up even more, and she looked at the Senluo Blood Prison Formation disc in horror. The whole person feels like facing a powerful enemy. Unexpectedly, it only took a blink of an eye. Just now it was just an Earth rank formation disc, but now it has become a rare Heavenly rank formation disc, which made her feel a strong sense of crisis. This gave her a strong feeling. If this array plate is activated at full strength, even if she is in peak condition, she will be severely injured if she is not careful. The young master is really terrifying. Not only can it easily help others repair their injuries, but it can also help others cleanse their marrow and cut their veins to achieve breakthroughs in cultivation. Now, it can also synthesize discarded items into treasures. What's even more outrageous is, after the other party synthesizes the treasure, it can also be upgraded. Young master, what kind of existence can be so contrary to common sense? Various thoughts kept flashing through her mind. Cayenne stared at Xiao Chen, and even her body was trembling slightly. There was even more admiration and curiosity in his eyes, and even his breathing became a little rapid at this time. She didn't notice it at this time, but it was just less than a day. As she got to know Xiao Chen better, it was like there was magic in him, attracting her step by step. Here's another beautiful photo of Queen Medusa. It should look better than the ones in the previous chapters. With this formation disc protecting the Xiao family will be able to protect themselves even if Cayenne doesn't come to help. Looking at the Supreme Grade Heavenly rank array in front of him, fully deployed to kill the powerful celestial human realm, Xiao Chen had a satisfied smile on his face. Even if Xiao Zhan and others cannot activate the formation with all their strength, if they are just defensive, unless the powerful heavenly beings take action. Otherwise, even a strong Universal Truth Realm player would have difficulty breaking through the formation's defense. After the thought fell, Xiao Chen put away the array disc. This thing, when he is about to leave the Xiao family, he will find an opportunity to give it to Xiao Zhan to control. The problem of the Xiao family's background has been solved, now it's time to solve Cayenne's flaw. After muttering something, Xiao Chen looked at Cayenne. Only then did she realize that Queen Medusa was sitting casually on the carpet in the wing, holding her chin in her hands and looking at him infatuatedly. That pink and tender face, that rising and falling chest. Xiao Chen was confused for a while. What's the situation? Why does Cayenne look like she's going to eat him? Could it be that the estrus period has arrived? Miss Cayenne, are you feeling unwell? After being stunned for a moment, Xiao Chen asked implicitly with doubts. He remembered it being recorded in the books. Snake people have a special physique, after their body matures. At any special period, it is easy to have impulses and want to have intercourse between yin and yang. Therefore, within the area of the Great Qian dynasty, there are rumors that snakes are inherently obscene. Although it is said that Queen Medusa has a cold nature and never has any contact with male creatures. But if the other party is normal, he should also have some kind of impulse. In this situation, could it be that the body's primitive impulse has exploded? What will the other party do to him next? No. Cayenne's expression changed when she heard this, and then she turned her head. But being caught staring at a man like this made her feel a little embarrassed even though she was Queen Medusa. Damn. What was she thinking just now? How could you think of wanting to rub Xiao Chen into your body so that they can blend in with each other? For 300 years, this was the first time she had such thoughts about the opposite sex. Could it be that her seemingly cold heart has always longed to be melted by a man? It would be better if I didn't. Seeing Cayenne looking a little embarrassed, Xiao Chen didn't dwell on the topic, so he changed the subject with some sincerity. Since there is nothing wrong with your health, just take off your clothes first so that I can. What? Xiao Chen hasn't finished speaking yet. Cayenne's expression changed again, and she raised her head in disbelief. Xiao Chen actually asked her to take off her clothes. In the wing, there is a man and a woman alone, and they still need to take off their clothes. What is this for? Chapter 17. Do not misunderstand. Seeing Cayenne's sudden reaction, Xiao Chen coughed and quickly explained. I mean, you go behind the screen and take off your inner armor, and then I will synthesize and upgrade it for you. This will help you cover up your breath. After a lot of effort, Xiao Chen finally understood Cayenne. So that's it. After hearing Xiao Chen's explanation, Cayenne's face turned slightly red and her expression became a little embarrassed. Unexpectedly, she was wrong again. Could it be that her heart was too obscene? It was the same snake-like nature that she had in the past, but it was suppressed by her. Now after meeting Mr. Xiao, his true nature has begun to revive. With her mind full of random thoughts, Cayenne was confused for a moment. I wish I could dig a hole on the spot and bury myself in it. I never expected that the majestic Queen Medusa would have such a shameful and embarrassing day. Are you okay? Xiao Chen on the side felt that Cayenne's aura was disordered, and his face turned red, embarrassed, and annoyed. He looked like he was about to lose control of his emotions. He quickly asked, I'm fine. After hearing Xiao Chen's question again, Cayenne finally got out of her state of shame. After taking a deep breath to adjust her mood, Cayenne stood up and walked behind the screen in the room without saying much. Then, across the screen, he began to take off his inner armor. It feels so exciting. If you have clairvoyant eyes, you can appreciate it. Hearing the rustling sound of undressing coming from behind the screen, Xiao Chen couldn't help but sigh while sitting cross-legged on the carpet. Sir, do you just need to take off your inner armor? Just when Xiao Chen was a little restless, Cayenne asked in an awkward voice. What's the meaning? After hearing Cayenne's words, Xiao Chen was stunned on the spot. Could it be Cayenne plans to take off all her clothes to upgrade him? Even Kuchazi. No, Cayenne had a snake tail on her lower body before, so she didn't seem to need to wear any tea seeds. So, was there a vacuum inside Cayenne just now? Sir, are you listening? When Xiao Chen's heart became even more restless, Cayenne's voice came over again in an awkward tone. Ahem, no need, just inner armor. Hearing Cayenne's question again, Xiao Chen came to his senses and immediately responded awkwardly. He's not some crazy beast, so it's safer to do the right thing. As for the mystery of Cayenne, he will be able to find out in the future as long as the time is right. But if we act too hastily now, there may be some side effects. After Xiao Chen finished speaking, a piece of fiery red inner armor floated out from behind the screen. Finally it floated in front of Xiao Chen's eyes. A body fragrance that smells as good as an orchid is constantly escaping from the inner armor, making Xiao Chen's blood boil. Even as the inner armor fell into his hands, Xiao Chen could still feel a trace of residual warmth. These are all stimulating Xiao Chen's nerves, making him think again. Fortunately, Xiao Chen had extraordinary concentration. After suppressing all the distracting thoughts in his mind, he began to identify the inner armor. Queen Medusa's personal inner armor is made from the snake scales shed by Queen Medusa's snake tail, combined with silkworm gold wire and red gold jade. It has a terrifying defensive power comparable to the heavenly rank spirit soldiers. Closing square bracket. However, due to being burned by the Earth's core fire for thousands of years, the current material has been damaged by 68%. Closing square bracket. Recycling can be exchanged for 47,800 points, and complete restoration requires 18,600 points. Closing square bracket. Looking at the information that appeared in front of him, Xiao Chen had a look of shock on his face. Although I had a feeling that this personal inner armor would be something extraordinary, I didn't expect that it was actually made by Cayenne using her own scales. Its quality has even reached the heavenly rank level, and even if you try harder, you can touch the saint rank level. But now this inner armor is 68% damaged. It's hard to imagine what kind of impact Cayenne has experienced before. Looking at the partially burnt inner armor, Xiao Chen couldn't help but sigh in his heart. Sir, can my inner armor can still be repaired? Across a screen, she sensed that Xiao Chen was staring at her inner armor in a daze, and Cayenne couldn't help but ask in embarrassment. This was the first time her underwear had been touched by the opposite sex. Ahem, no problem at all, just leave it to me. Hearing the sudden sound of Cayenne, Xiao Chen couldn't help but tremble. Then I realized it. A celestial human realm powerhouse like Cayenne can sense his actions even without looking at him. Fortunately, I didn't get carried away by the fragrance on my inner armor, and I almost did something indecent on the spot. After suppressing the distracting thoughts in his heart, Xiao Chen also took out something. Blood Jade Monster Stone. This is a relatively special profound rank supreme grade ore that can cover up and confuse the blood aura of living creatures. I didn't expect to find such good things among the trophies. However, the grade of this bloody jade monster stone is still a little weak, and it needs to be upgraded. If not, but there is no way to cover up Cayenne's unique snake human aura. As soon as his thoughts fell, Xiao Chen gave the order. Ding! The system has deducted 10,000 points and is upgrading the blood jade monster stone for the host. After consuming 10,000 points, the quality of the blood jade demonic stone was upgraded to a low-grade heavenly rank. Then Xiao Chen didn't hesitate at all, and gave the synthesis command to the system. Ding! The system has deducted 18,000 points and is preparing 2 materials for the host integrated union. When the system beep sounded again, the dazzling white light shone in the room again. The bloody jade monster stone turned into a ball of liquid and was directly submerged into Cayenne's inner armor. Buzz. There was a buzzing sound. Cayenne's inner armor burst out with a strange red light, like a beast waking up from its slumber. The terrifying aura immediately filled the entire wing, and the screen almost flew out. Fortunately, Cayenne had quick hands and quick eyes, and quickly stabilized the screen, so that her figure was not exposed. As expected of the system, as long as the points are given in place, there is no such thing as failure. Looking at the inner armor that has been restored to a brand new condition, the quality has reached heavenly rank supreme grade. Xiao Chen couldn't help but sigh. No matter how powerful a weapon refiner is, there is always a risk of failure as long as the weapon is being refined. But as long as the points in the system are in place, things will definitely transform successfully. This is the abnormality of cheating. Sir, has the inner armor been repaired successfully? When Xiao Chen was feeling emotional, Cayenne, who was hiding behind the screen, immediately asked with some anxiety. Well, I'm lucky, I got it right in one step. I not only repaired this inner armor for you, but also incorporated a blood jade demonic stone, which is enough to cover up the snake man aura on your body. As long as you don't meet a strong person from the saint realm, even a strong person from the celestial human realm will not be able to tell whether you are a snake or a human from your breath. After hearing Cayenne's words, Xiao Chen responded with a smile. Immediately afterwards, he caught the inner armor with both hands and was about to send it back. Xiao Chen seemed to have thought of something again, and then continued after a pause. By the way, your lower body has just turned into legs, and you don't have any suitable clothes yet. I just made a few pieces for you by the way, but their quality is not as high as this inner armor. If you don't mind, just wear it first. Finished. Xiao Chen spent some points. I exchanged a few pieces of clothing in the system mall and sent them back behind the screen together with the inner armor. These include 3 red skirts, some sexy black silk and lace kucha, plus 2 pairs of high heels and some black safety pants. Chapter 18. How many more clothes did the young master refine for me? Hearing Xiao Chen's words, Cayenne covered her chest at the screen and couldn't help but be stunned for a moment. I didn't expect that the young master would be so considerate. He knew that she didn't have any clothes after she transformed, so he specially helped her make some more. Wrong. She obviously had a red short skirt before she transformed. How could she not have suitable clothes to wear? Could it be that Xiao Chen made her the pants she needs to wear underneath? When these thoughts emerged, Cayenne, who was half a beat slow to react, finally woke up. But when her thoughts turned and she felt it was impossible. The red inner armor that had been upgraded by Xiao Chen also fell behind the screen along with several other pieces of clothing. Hardly any second thought. As soon as she received the clothes, Cayenne put on the inner armor, which made her feel less embarrassed. This quality actually reaches heavenly rank supreme grade. Feeling that this piece of inner armor was transforming, Cayenne's body shook violently at this moment. There was even more emotion in his eyes. It took her decades to find the right material to forge this inner armor. I thought that due to the erosion of strange fire, this inner armor was about to be scrapped. Unexpectedly, Xiao Chen not only helped her repair it, but also helped her upgrade it to a low-grade quality. Such selfless dedication, coupled with the help from the front, is truly a blessing. Feeling the warmth of Xiao Chen that seemed to remain on the inner armor, Cayenne's usually cold and indifferent heart was warmed. In this life, I will never let you down. After secretly making an oath in her heart, Cayenne looked at several other pieces of clothing. Look around. The most eye-catching thing is the 2 pairs of high heels, which are as beautiful as works of art. Cayenne can't help but fall in love with them as soon as she sees them. In her perception, the size of the shoe matched her feet. I think Mr. Xiao must have secretly looked at her after her snake tail turned into legs. Thinking of this, the corner of Cayenne's mouth curled up slightly. Her transformed legs were perfect. She felt very proud to be able to attract Xiao Chen. But the next moment, when she saw several other items on it, the expression on Cayenne's face froze instantly. The shyness that was about to fade away came back at this moment, and his face turned slightly red at this moment. These are human underwear. Looking at the lace kuchazi that was pulled open in her hand, the area that could be wrapped in front was not as big as the palm of her hand. The most important thing is that this thing is translucent, and there is a snake-shaped pattern on it, which makes Cayenne's expression very exciting. Are all human pants so fancy? With such a translucent thing, doesn't wearing it mean that it's not wearing it? Sir, are you sure this is wearable? Looking at the lace bitter tea seeds in her hand, Cayenne's expression changed, and finally she couldn't help but ask. She was only wearing a skirt. If she were to wear this thing again, if the fighting moves too violently, wouldn't it be possible to lose everything on the spot? Xiao Chen was slightly startled when he heard this, but he immediately came to his senses and quickly explained. Well, the fabric of those lace panties is very soft and skin-friendly. It's very suitable for girls to wear inside. Just wear safety pants outside. Put it on underneath and put on some safety pants. After hearing Xiao Chen's words, Cayenne couldn't help but be stunned. He looked at several other pairs of square underwear. These should be the safety pants that Xiao Chen was talking about, right? It doesn't look like it will be exposed, and it does feel very safe. But she has doubts again. Why do you still wear this translucent one underneath? Isn't it better to just wear this pair of safety underwear? You can't show this thing to others when you wear it. It feels like taking off your pants and farting in vain. Could it be that Mr. Xiao gave her this thing because he wanted her to wear it and show it to him in the future? After thinking of this possibility, Cayenne's body shook violently. A shy image of Queen Medusa. Miss Cayenne, doesn't it fit you? Xiao Chen didn't know what Cayenne was thinking about right now. After noticing that there was no movement behind the screen, he coughed dryly and couldn't help but ask. But there shouldn't be any that don't fit. After all, he used the identification function to identify Cayenne's measurements. Then exchange it for suitable items from the system mall, which is absolutely the perfect and best ratio for being close to your skin. He is still confident about this. Ah, no. Cayenne, who was immersed in random thoughts, was startled by Xiao Chen's question and blurted out the question without thinking. Sir, you gave me something like this. Do you want me to wear it for you to see? After saying this, Cayenne immediately realized something was wrong and almost died behind the screen again. Damn it. What happened to her today? How could such shameful and unreserved words come out of her mouth? These are not words that the queen of the snake tribe can say. Will young Master Xiao mistakenly think that she is actually cold on the surface, but secretly she is a slut who likes to seduce men? Not only Cayenne cried because of her stupidity, but even Xiao Chen was shocked when he heard this. Has the favorability level increased so drastically? Cayenne actually wants to show him wearing lace underwear. Is this something he can observe at this stage? Damn it. Happiness comes too suddenly. Should he accept it tactfully, or accept it hard to get? I'm not sure how to answer this. It all depends on the queen herself. After a moment of silence, Xiao Chen coughed dryly and replied calmly. This problem. To say he didn't want to see it would be so false. To say that he really wanted to see it was too tasteless. So throwing the question back to Cayenne to decide for herself is the most correct emergency response. Sir, I will go back and restore my cultivation first. Xiao Chen's words had just finished, and Cayenne couldn't hold herself any longer. He rushed out of the wing with his clothes in his arms and returned to his own room to stabilize his mood. The force of the strong wind along the way almost blew Xiao Chen away. Is this shy? Xiao Chen quickly stabilized his body and looked at the messy side room. The corner of his mouth couldn't help but curl up. It is unimaginable that the feared queen Medusa could sometimes be as shy as a little girl. Sure enough, no matter how cold and indifferent a woman looks on the outside, there is another side that the world doesn't know. This is a good performance. If they are charming enough, their relationship will naturally continue to heat up. By then, it doesn't seem impossible to capture this Medusa queen. It's a pity that I didn't see Cayenne wearing black stockings. It seems I can only appreciate it later. After muttering expectantly, Xiao Chen suppressed the restlessness in his heart and immediately opened the properties panel. After solving the problem of the Xiao family's heritage and Cayenne, it's time to improve his own cultivation. Chapter 19. Host. Xiao Chen. Physique. Innate Dao body. Cultivation. Third level of spiritual aperture. Kung Fu. The technique of creating the universe. Divine ability. Heavenly demon shadowless step. Coiling dragon fist. Bawang Jin. Diamond Kung Fu. Points. 16,132. There are more than 16,000 points left. These points are really free. After glancing at the properties panel, Xiao Chen couldn't help but sigh. Half a day ago, killing Lin Chong'an, a strong man in the Grotto Heaven realm, and destroying the Wang Lin family, plus some of the Xiao family's inventory, allowed his points to break through the 70,000 mark. Unexpectedly, after the operation just now, there are only more than 16,000 points left. It seems that it is urgent to speed up the collection of resources. When the thought falls, Xiao Chen did not spend points to exchange for treasures in the mall, but instead took out some elixirs. Lingyuan Dan. A common rank 3 elixir that can greatly increase the cultivation speed of spiritual aperture realm monks. Even a low-grade Lingyuan pill with rank 3 can save a monk in the spiritual aperture realm from a month of hard training. If it were a rank 3 supreme grade Lingyuan Dan, just one of it would be equivalent to half a year of hard work for a monk in the spiritual aperture realm. It's just that the refining of this Lingyuan pill requires extremely strict fire conditions. Even among some powerful earth rank alchemists, few can refine supreme grade Lingyuan Dan. And heavenly rank alchemists disdain to refine this kind of elixir, so supreme grade Lingyuan elixir is also very rare on the market. Each one was sold to 5,000 spirit crystals, enough to buy a profound rank middle grade spirit weapon. What Xiao Chen is holding at this time? All of them are relatively common low grade spiritual essence pills, resources obtained after the destruction of the two families. There are 138 in total, and the Xiao family has retained 38 as a cultivation resource for the clan members. The remaining 100 are left to Xiao Chen to handle on his own. Although low-grade Lingyuan Dan can improve your cultivation, there are some impurities remaining inside because the refining is not perfect. If you take it for a long time, it will be more difficult to break through when you reach the late stage. Looking at the pills in front of him, Xiao Chen did not choose to take them. After thinking for a moment, he asked immediately. System, how many points does it cost to upgrade Lingyuan pill from low grade to supreme grade? Ding. After testing by the system, it costs 200 points to upgrade one. After Xiao Chen finished speaking, the system responded. One requires 200 points. Xiao Chen's eyes lit up slightly when he heard the answer given by the system. This consumption is within the range he can accept. But with the points he has left now, he can't upgrade all the elixirs. System, Help me upgrade 80 Lingyuan pills. When the thought came to an end, Xiao Chen immediately ordered. Naturally, the resources he uses for cultivation must be the best. As for the extra Lingyuan pills, they can be given to the Xiao family for sale. Turn it into liquid funds and then use it to purchase other supplies, thereby recycling it into points. After all, items that have been repaired or upgraded by the system will not be recovered and converted into points by the system. This also made Xiao Chen, who originally wanted to get stuck, have no choice but to give up the idea of not taking the usual path. Ding! The system has deducted 16,000 points and is upgrading 80 Lingyuan pills for the host. As the system beep sounded again, a burst of bright light erupted in the room. Among the 100 Lingyuan pills placed in front of Xiao Chen, 80 were undergoing transformation in the light. The surface of the elixir, which originally had some flaws, now becomes as crystal clear as jade, and you can even see a series of elixir lines. This is proof that the quality of the elixir reaches supreme grade and there are no impurities inside. A strong fragrance of elixir filled the room, making Xiao Chen's body tremble. Just the fragrance of these elixirs made his body's cultivation level increase. If you take these pills, your cultivation level will undoubtedly skyrocket. One supreme grade Lingyuan pill can be sold for 5,000 spirit crystals, and 80 supreme grade Lingyuan pills are worth 400,000 spirit crystals. This is enough to buy most of the Xiao family. Looking at the 80 supreme grade Lingyuan pills floating in front of me, each one is like a bright star in the night sky, and is simply different from the other 20 Lingyuan pills. This made Xiao Chen couldn't help but sigh. If there are 400,000 spiritual crystals, the resources that can be collected can be exchanged for at least 40,000 to 50,000 points. In addition to the points he consumes for upgrading, he may still earn 20,000 to 30,000 points. With such repeated operations, his points will increase and increase. This is the horror of cheating. Let's improve our cultivation first. Otherwise, if we use too many supreme grade resources in the future and don't have the corresponding strength, we will probably be destroying ourselves. When the thought fell, Xiao Chen did not hesitate at all. He immediately took a supreme grade Lingyuan pill and started refining the pill to crazily improve his cultivation level. The other side. Tiandu City, Lin family. Master, something serious has happened. Half a day after Wang Lin's family was destroyed, a man ran into the inner courtyard in a panic and went directly to the study of the head of the family, Lin Yao. We received a piece of information. The Xiao family of Luyun City, who had a grudge against young master Lin Feng, suddenly wiped out the other two major families in Luyun City. Even the city lord's palace did not dare to stop them. It seems that there is a mysterious and powerful person helping behind the Xiao family. What? After hearing what the visitor reported, the brush in Lin Yao's hand shook violently, and he quickly raised his head. Can you know the details? For some reason, after asking this question, he felt uneasy in his heart. 2 days ago, his father Lin Shang'an suddenly left the country and disappeared after learning about the Xiao family. He probably went to Luyun City secretly. And now, something unexpected happened in Luyun City. Could it be related to his father Lin Shang'an? The information passed was not very detailed. I only know that there are strong men from the Grotto Heaven realm and above in the Xiao family who are fighting. In the end, the Xiao family seems to have killed the powerful enemy and also destroyed the other two major families. Damn, there is such a thing. When he heard that the Xiao family had killed a powerful enemy, Lin Yao's pupils shrank violently and he became even more uneasy. Could this so-called powerful enemy be his father? No, I have to meet the other two supreme elders and ask them to go to Luyun City to find out what's going on. When the thoughts fall in my mind, Lin Yao walked out of the study with a gloomy face and walked into the depths of the Lin family's ancestral temple. Time seemed to fly by, and 2.5 days passed by in a flash. As Xiao Chen refined the 10th supreme grade spiritual essence pill, an extremely powerful aura erupted from his body. In just 2.5 days. In this kind of crazy drug-taking practice, his cultivation level broke through to the 7th level of spiritual aperture, which was a full 4 small levels higher than before. Although his cultivation has improved, he lacks actual combat experience. It seems that we need to find opportunities to hone ourselves in actual combat before we can fully utilize this strength. Feeling the surge of cultivation in his body, Xiao Chen murmured with twinkling eyes. If he blindly pursues cultivation and ignores actual combat skills, even if he has strong cultivation in the future, it will only be superficial. By the way, Cayenne is a strong person in the celestial human realm. If she is used as a sparring partner, her actual combat experience will not increase by leaps and bounds. As his thoughts turned around, Xiao Chen's eyes couldn't help but light up. Cayenne was the top expert in the 7 dynasties of the Eastern Wasteland, and she had experienced countless fights in her life. If he could compete with such a strong person, his progress would undoubtedly be the fastest. What's more, there will inevitably be physical collisions during sparring, which is a great opportunity to enhance feelings. With a plan in mind, Xiao Chen immediately walked out of the wing. Chapter 20. Master, you are finally out of seclusion. Xiao Chen just opened the door. He saw Yun Shi standing pretty outside the door, which made a look of astonishment appear on his face. Have you been keeping watch here? Hearing Yun Zai's surprised words and seeing the other party's tired look, Xiao Chen asked in surprise. Could it be that something happened to the Xiao family again in the past 2 days? The head of the family said that he should pay close attention to the safety of the young master to prevent any accidents when the young master is in seclusion, so Yun Shi will stay outside the young master's room. Yun Shi replied with some embarrassment, looking at Xiao Chen with admiration and respect. Because of the young master's presence, the Xiao family was not only able to turn all kinds of dangers into good fortune, but also dominated the entire Luyun city. Even the city lord's mansion now depends on the Xiao family's expression. As Xiao Chen's personal maid, her status in the Xiao family has also increased, which makes Yun Shi feel very grateful. Silly girl, the young master is practicing in seclusion in his own family. What accident could happen suddenly? Xiao Chen smiled lightly when he heard this and rubbed Yun Zai's head. Prepare some bath water, and then go back and rest. Feeling Xiao Chen's gentle movements, Yun Shi smiled sweetly and immediately went to work. Not long after, Yun Shi prepared the bath water, and Xiao Chen immediately walked into the side room. Okay, let's go back and rest first. Looking at the bath water dotted with petals, Xiao Chen showed a satisfied smile and immediately signaled to Yun Shi that he could go out. Master, Yun Shi wants to stay and help you bathe. After hearing Xiao Chen call her out as before, Yun Shi suddenly plucked up the courage to speak after a moment of silence. What? When Xiao Chen heard this, he staggered and almost fell to the ground. Young master is used to washing alone. You should go back and rest first. Xiao Chen turned around helplessly and said in an awkward voice. Although Yun Shi is relatively mature, her body has grown even at the age of 16. That plump and round body is inferior to Cayenne. The reset version of Yun Zai's illustration was also made by the author. As for why the head has bunny ears, it's also a hint. The original picture is posted in the comment area. But the other person is still a little young after all, how can you help him bathe? Master, Yun Shi knows that you have always regarded me as your sister, and you have only asked me to do simple things. But Yun Shi is the young master's personal maid after all. It is her duty to wait for the young master to bathe and change clothes. Please also ask the young master not to treat Yun Shi as a younger sister. After being rejected by Xiao Chen, Yun Zai's eyes became misty and she spoke in an unusually serious voice. From small to large, Xiao Chen has always treated her as a younger sister, not because she was picked up. He was arrogant and domineering towards her and did some extraordinary things. But she is a maid after all, and even because of physical problems, she cannot practice like ordinary people. So Yun Shi has always been eager to do something for Xiao Chen, even if it is washing feet, warming the bed, bathing and changing clothes. If not, when Xiao Chen gradually became stronger and began to leave the Xiao family in Luyun City, she was not even qualified to follow him. Silly girl, I'm not happy to treat you as my sister. Do you have to be a lower class maid? Xiao Chen could only smile dumbly when he heard this, and rub the other person's head helplessly. Others don't want to be maids and slaves, but this girl does the opposite. She just wants him to treat her as a maid. Could it be that Yun Shi has a tendency to abuse maids? Because only by being a maid can you really serve the young master well. Can you help him wash his feet, bathe, change clothes, and even warm the bed? Hearing this, Yunxi finally plucked up the courage and spoke with a blushing face, almost choking Xiao Chen to death on the spot. You girl, you are really a brat, why are you so entangled in these issues all of a sudden? After taking a deep breath to suppress the surprise in his heart, Xiao Chen looked at this silly girl helplessly. Could it be that the other party has just started to fall in love with him as a young master? Master, I am no longer young. Hearing this, Yunxi seemed to be stimulated and subconsciously puffed up her proud chest. Although Yunxi is still not as good as that big sister Medusa, as long as Yunxi is given a little more time to develop, Yunxi is confident that she will not lose to that big sister. Hearing Yun Zai's nonsensical remarks, Xiao Chen immediately understood what was going on. After Cayenne appeared beside him, the girl felt a strong sense of crisis. She thought that in the future, in order to please Cayenne, he would kick her out as a maid. That's why I was anxious to express myself so that I could always follow him. It's really a little girl mentality. Well, the young master knows that you are afraid that if there are other outstanding women around me, you will no longer be needed as a personal maid, and he will drive you away ruthlessly. I really think too much. As he spoke, Xiao Chen scratched Yun Zai's nose and continued speaking in a very gentle voice. Don't worry, the young master is not a heartless and unjust person. As long as you are still willing to stay with me, I will not drive you away in the future. As a veteran who has been working in the factory for 2.5 years, he is not some ignorant idiot. Although he's not so vulgar that he can't walk when he sees a woman, he's not so cerebral that he sends the women around him away. Yunxi is his personal maid, and she is also a stunning beauty. How could she be handed over to someone else in the future? Of course, he wouldn't let a cold and aloof lady like Medusa slip away. If he had to choose between the two, his choice would undoubtedly be to have both. After all, as a low-level person in my previous life, I could only humbly envy others. Now transmigrated to another world and awakened Goldfinger. If you are not satisfied with your life, your head will definitely be pecked by Kun. Master. After Xiao Chen revealed her thoughts, Yunxi suddenly looked embarrassed and almost buried her head in her arms. Yunxi has no intention of competing with Sister Medusa for favor. She just wants to continue to stay with the young master in the future. She is just a maid. Although she is somewhat pretty, she knows her position very well. Whoever Xiao Chen likes is the other person's freedom. As long as the other person doesn't drive her away, she won't be stupid enough to compete for his favor. The young master knows that he will not drive you away in the future. Can you rest assured now? Looking at the naive and somewhat immature face, Xiao Chen rubbed the other person's head again and comforted him. But master, Yunxi still wants to help you bathe and change clothes, and do what a maid should do. Just satisfy Yun Zai's request. Feeling the warmth from Xiao Chen's big hand, Yunxi raised her head and said a little stubbornly. As a qualified personal maid, how could she let the young master take a bath by himself? This is definitely a dereliction of duty on her part. She had never had the courage to speak before, but now she wanted to speak for herself. What a stubborn girl. Xiao Chen shook his head helplessly when he heard this, and finally gave up the idea of continuing to dissuade him. Since you insist so much, let's come in together, but don't be scared out later. After saying something jokingly, Xiao Chen turned around to take off his clothes and take a shower. But when he turned around, he glanced at Yunxi. Some people were curious and used the identification function to see why this girl couldn't practice. But it was this glance that stunned him. His pupils shrank even more violently, with a look of disbelief on his face. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.